I guess Jim is vice chair.
Is that correct? I was wondering that.
If you wanted
All
to
right,
get
we-
started or wait for Susan. that's
Well,
fine.
it's up to you guys. We have a quorum here or not? Three of us? Four of us.
You have four. So
Who's-
we do have a
I-
quorum.
Okay. I'll call the meeting to order with a roll call.
I have in attendance Knorr, Cook, Bachhuber, and Sullivan. Absent at this point are West, Giebert, and Potter.
Okay, I'm not seeing, oh, there they all are. Okay. Wasn't seeing everybody. All right, well then, approval of the minutes is the next order of business. Anybody want to make a motion to that effect?
This is Cook. I'll move to accept.
Jim Cook will move. Second,
Don, I'll second.
thank you, Don. All in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? Nay. All right. Move on to the Tribeca Basin, acceptance of stormwater retention basin, stormwater utility asset. So, Richard, if I understand, all we're asked to do here is to, I mean, this has been worked on, but the basin itself will become part of the city of Middleton's stormwater utility system.
Correct. There's some details to yet work out. We're gonna be funding this through TIF. So the developer is going to construct it. TIF will fund it. We're asking the board to, or the utility to accept it as an asset for future maintenance purposes.
Is this any different than, I'm trying to think of another parallel example.
Years ago, Confluence Pond was built by a developer.
Okay. This is receiving runoff from multiple, I know it's receiving runoff mainly from the west side of 12, but there's other parcels involved. Is that correct?
I don't think that is correct. I think this is only to deal with the off-site water that was running onto Tribeca Village lands from the DOT.
Right. And Highway 12 itself, I take it.
Correct, yes.
All right.
This is Warren. I joined the meeting.
And Susan's here also, I see.
Yeah, I was having trouble getting in with the link through Outlook, so I just went to Zoom and put the numbers in.
All right.
Okay.
Susan, you
Outlook
want to use,
wouldn't let me do it.
Susan, you want to
Same
usurp my powers and to take over this meeting like you should?
Yeah, no, I can do it.
We've had a roll call, we've had the minutes approved, and we're talking about the Tribeca Pond, accepting it as a asset.
Jason. Okay,
So who's going to do the construction oversight?
That's undetermined. It will be most likely contracted services. It
So-
hasn't been bid yet, or that
Yeah.
there hasn't been a contract set up to do the construction or the oversight.
My only concern would be that whoever, before this gets accepted in the utility fund as a utility asset, that there's satisfaction from the city that the pond is built to the specifications, whatever those are.
Yeah, that's going to be a standard operating procedure for engineering to have oversight of that.
You might think that, we've just found out that that's not exactly always true.
that
So-
was on a private one. That was a private pond. This is going to be owned by the city.
I understand.
Point is, we want to have a written signed agreement or a signed document from the certifying engineer that it meets all the plans and specifications of the of the design.
I
Right.
want somebody's name on the hook
Yeah.
for if there's a failure.
Yeah.
Seems perfectly reasonable.
So then I'll move approval under that with that caveat.
With that caveat, I'll second that.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Just one second. Did we want to forward this because it will be eventual funded from the utility to the finance committee and council as part of that motion?
All you're doing is accepting it, right? The payment is going to be made by TIF is what I heard.
Correct.
Who's going to engineer it?
Veerbecker is the developer, is engineering it.
I think all we're doing is saying
Maybe
yes.
go to
look at
council.
An asset. So it just needs to go to finance and the council, which it would go to anyway.
Right, that's what I was gonna
That's
make
what-
part of the motion to go to finance and council, that the utility has accepted this or recommends accepting this.
Make the motion, we recommend accepting it.
Okay, and who seconded, please?
Bakuber.
Jim,
Rich, this is Warren. I missed roll call.
Yep, I put you in at 6:03 as well as Susan.
Yeah, I had trouble with Outlook getting in too.
Okay. I'll try differently next month and see how that works.
Rich, don't put it in through Teams. That's what was messing me up.
Okay,
Don't use the Teams part of Outlook.
I'll probably go back to sending an email as well as the calendar invite. And then the email will have the link, the working link, like I had been
Okay.
doing previously.
Bill Burns does a good job of sending out the invitations. You might check with exactly how he does it.
Yeah, Office 365 is a bit of a struggle with
Yeah.
the invitations.
I would,
Regular
for
Outlook
me,
works a little
this-
better.
I much prefer or would like to see it on an email. That works best for me. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, I
Yes.
can hear you.
That would be my preference, or if you have to do it two ways, at least include an email in your invitation, please.
I would say do both.
I can do both. I just thought it was creating more clutter, but if that's a preference, it's certainly what I will do.
I would rather have the email and the link that, like Bill sends it. I'm fine with that. In fact, actually, my other iPad's still trying to get in tonight.
Gotta switch to PCs, Susan.
What?
Gotta switch to PCs.
No, I'm not switching to a PC.
Move along.
Okay, next item, airport long-term maintenance, soil testing.
Did we vote on
services.
that yet?
Yes, we did. It
We
was
did.
unanimous.
Okay.
Yep, I got it. Motion carried 7-0.
Okay, airport long-term maintenance, soil testing service of deposited sediment. Okay, Rich.
A couple of months ago, we agreed that the navigable streams through the airport was going to become part of the SWUB's maintenance. Within that area, there's a delta that has built up. And they are looking to remove these materials within this red box. Did that show up as my screen share?
Yep.
Yes,
So they want to test, the DNR has required us to test that for heavy metals.
Jeez.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's part of the lead issue with the
Mm,
fuel and things of that nature. So now that the airport just didn't go do it, they asked Eric and we have to do things the right way, as we should. So he questioned the DNR with the chapter 30 permit and those types of things. He said, you shouldn't have to do that, but you have to do this to test for the metals to see what's in there and then how we're going to dispose of it. Regardless of what's in there, we have no intentions of spreading it or using it near the airport in the wetlands area. So just depends on if we have to like landfill it because it has a lot of heavy metals, or if we can use it elsewhere that isn't
Rick,
in a wetland.
what are the heavy metals that need to be tested?
Certainly lead.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm asking you, this is the scientist, I'm sorry.
I
Pretty co-
don't know if
pretty
I have
co-
a complete list within the
Pretty common,
agenda.
lead, cadmium, zinc,
Yep,
Okay,
chromium, pretty common list.
what about arsenic?
PAHs, nutrients are looking for some organics as well.
Are they looking for arsenic?
I don't, that might be a heavy metal,
I don't think it's a heavy metal.
but
No,
I don't know
it's
that
a
they're
metal.
looking for that then. That doesn't
Doesn't
seem to be
say-
on the list.
In the letter from SCS, doesn't have their list, doesn't have their parameters. I mean, DNR sets the list anyway, right? They're gonna do whatever
Right.
DNR sets the test for.
Correct.
I'm just
Arsenic.
curious.
First item on the list, Sue.
Oh, there it is. Well, it just says, number 3 says heavy metals, doesn't specify them.
Heavy metals, PAH, grease and oil,
Yeah, but
total phosphorus, ammonia, nitrogen, and organic carbon.
Must be this letter.
that's on second page, number 3 is that it's the same list that
Yeah.
Susan just read. Yeah.
Okay, I will look up on the DNR website to satisfy my curiosity about what heavy metals are. No, I just know we have an arsenic problem from farm runoff.
True, I think we learned that with the dredging
The
of
flood.
Confluence Pond. The total,
Are people aware that town of Middleton's entered into a contract with USGS to do water quality monitoring at the site?
Oh, yes,
I don't know if the
or at
committee's,
least
I don't
council
know if the
is.
committee's aware of that or not.
At this site?
Yes,
Well, at Airport Road
around it.
and around the area, picking up samples from soil and the groundwater.
Who gave them permission to do that?
They're gonna be on public right of ways, I believe.
We actually voted on it at council, I think, or at least heard about it. Warren, is the town aware that the city a few years ago cleaned up all the lead from the shooting range where the car dealerships is?
I don't know.
But
I-
that's probably the bigger source of lead.
Well, I think they're concerned about the lead from airplane fuel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're concerned about the airplanes, but the lead shot that was in the ground from the shooting range is probably
Yeah.
going to be the real source.
it seemed to me that they had capped all of that with clay.
Okay.
If my memory serves me correctly.
Are they doing deep samples, deep down in the ground?
Yes,
You
I
know?
think so. I can't remember the proposal. It's been a while since I looked at it.
That's where I'm concerned with what lead had previously seeped into the groundwater from that place.
Seems to me that the city should not even be granting the town permission to sample water on city property. If they want to sample the water and the town property, let them do it. But the
Mark, I
city
think
should-
we've already allowed it.
that was a mistake.
Yeah,
Can we move on? Is there a motion for this?
no, do you
I'll
want to
move
make
that
a
we
motion?
accept the bid for 3416.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it. That's Cook.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously. We can adjourn.
Are you declaring the meeting adjourned?
I can, unless people want to vote on it.
Did I
don't know.
see something popped up about Aaron Harris and the fire department responding to the foam? Was that from a previous meeting or where was that? I saw something pop up on your screen, Richard.
I just want to officially make sure I'm clear. We are adjourned, right? Your recorder's
Yes.
off? Okay,
We are
go
The
ahead.
adjourned.
recording is
Okay.
not, the recording is not off. I can stop the recording.
Stop the recording since we've adjourned.